Hi. Alright, this is just a quick introduction because my video is in 3 parts, and so I'll just quickly say what they are and then you can watch it. My cat has actually got me. Like, she's here. She's actually got me, like, so far pushed over on the sofa that I'm like squished, attached to this. Come on, Merlin, can you share the room, please? Cheeky monkey, isn't she? I've just realised after I started filming then, like, she's more than welcome to be next to me, but she actually had me, like, squished so far over that it was like, it's ridiculous. Naughty cats. So anyway, this is my intro part, and all I want to do is just let you know what each part contains. Look, she looks all grumpy. I'm not surprised. It can't be very nice when a hand just comes sweeping down and mwah, picks you up. Oh, bless her. Go on then, you can go down if you want. Alright, so let's have a look. So for the first 10 minutes, we have me talking about duality and... Sorry, I've got something in my eye. That's what I'm talking about. Spiritual warfare, duality, that is the focus in the first 10 minutes. And then for 14 minutes, I'm outside, and it's this cat who's now like got herself well and truly perched. I can't see what you can see actually because I was looking at, yeah, look at her. She's purring like a train. Well, anyway, there was an unexpected section which basically is almost 15 minutes outside. The sky was absolutely, literally gridlocked. It was at sundown, and so I filmed the chemtrails just outside my house. They're amazing. I mean, from the point of view that of the volume and how they dissipate. So anyway, that comes after the first 10 minutes, and then the last section is me here. And although there's a point where I think I'm not going to end up talking about anything, I'm going to have to pick her up. She just looks too gorgeous. I do end up talking. There's a point where, good girl, where I think that I'm not, oh look, the lights just completely changed colour and I didn't touch a thing. But anyway, I do start talking about things properly, and so that's the last section on my sofa from here, which basically is 20 minutes long, where I do end up talking about duality and spiritual warfare. I talk about gangstalking in the last 10 minutes of that, roughly. So that is what we've got going on here. So first 10 minutes is very much about duality versus how things should be. Followed by, we've got the segment on chemtrails, followed by the last segment, which is 20 minutes long, where, like I say, I do definitely talk in about the last 10 to 15 minutes about gangstalking. So, good girl, Merlin. You've been very, very good. She's a good model. Oh, but she looks a bit miserable. Turn to the camera. Alright then, so it's absolutely freezing, which was what stopped me from filming in the first place. And I'm going to go and get this uploaded onto YouTube. Yay! We always like it when we can upload to YouTube. Doesn't normally take, I normally just do everything in the same day and that's that. But this has actually been a working process. Let's see, I started filming this, it was actually a full moon on the date. Oh, it doesn't want to tell me what date it was. I think it might have been Friday. I'm pretty convinced that was when we had the last full moon. It was Friday or Saturday. It might have been Saturday actually. I think it was Saturday. It was Friday or Saturday. But anyway, so it's finished off now. Alright then, well I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to comment and everything, and I will say bye bye from myself, and bye bye from my cat. You're gonna wave. Yeah, well, I am a cat, Nina, don't forget, but no, she's not speaking. Alright then, bye everybody. Sulky, sulky, sulky. Oh, she is as well, she's sulking. Alright, I'm so sorry. This is a serious video with serious topic matter. I just want to add, as always, well, I just want to remind people the views in this are things which are my personal experiences in life. That's how I've come to my knowledge and awareness, my personal experience combined with what I know to be true from my relationship with God and Jesus and everything. But these are my personal experiences which I share with you, and just want people to bear that in mind. So I'm certainly not trying to tell anybody how to live their lives or how to do anything. You can take from this what I hope people get from this, positive ways to deal with things and realise they're not alone in the things they're dealing with. Okay then, lots of love. Bye. I can't stop it. Okay, bye. Enjoy, I hope. Bye. I've just filmed this whole amazing, brilliant segment where, actually, maybe if I've got the light in my favour. I've just filmed this brilliant thing where the sky was, so we had the sun had set on one side and the moon had risen on the other side, and but then light went down quite quickly, but I got like the best bit of the light. And the long and short of it all is that because whenever the light goes down, if I'm talking, I'm obviously not talking for what you can see, although the moon was absolutely out of this world amazing. But I was talking about the duality, given that I'm standing between light and dark in what I thought I was filming, which just vanished. I mean, look, I'm not a stupid person, and I did check my camera, and I didn't have it on me the whole time. I had it on me, away from me a lot of the time. The camera lens was out, and it was filming, yet it's vanished. It's just vanished. And I'm talking about the fact that we live in a world that seems dualistic, but in actuality, in fact, I was talking about my vision since I've been a child, where everybody works together as a unit within which they've got mind, spirit and body. Not just like, I don't want to say mind, body and soul because it's slightly inaccurate. I want to say mind, body and spirit together working within each person, correctly. And so this is what I was talking about for 25 minutes. Well, definitely for 20 minutes. And then I discover that the whole lot's vanished. Like, is it even still filming now? That's the question. I've got a mirror here so I can see. Yeah, it's recording now, of course. Oh my God, can you believe it? And then the whole lot's gone. So there's nothing. I may as well have said nothing. I mean, thankfully, it wasn't like I was talking about anything that I don't already know. What I was talking about is stuff that I've always, known. So, I'm just so cross, though, because it was just so perfect. It was the perfect example. You had dark on one side of me with the moon, and on the other side of me you had, the light from where the sun had set. So it was just the perfect conditions to talk about the duality which we do live within, unless you are aware enough to realise that there's more going on than what we're presented with. So I'm going to have to redo it, better so than I can now because the light's rubbish in here anyway. Well, I suppose the light in here probably, I'm guessing, yeah, I would say it probably represents the murky grey within which we live. where, although we're presented with duality, I think because we've got like this hidden layer, like, or the misunderstood layer there, which can be like misconstrued into aliens, or misconstrued in that it's not there at all. Like, let me just be really clear actually, since I mentioned aliens, I don't know why they came to mind, but I wasn't talking about it in this way originally. But for everyone who's having their experiences with what they, is known as aliens or ETs, whatever you want to call them, or for the more new age perspectives, the entities and stuff, this is very real. It's just that the way in which it's taught and the experiences and the way within which they're given, it's another illusion upon illusion upon illusion. So people are being given layer after layer of illusions to deal with and to wade through until, if you're like really lucky, you get to the real truth, being that this is literally spiritual warfare, that is exactly what we are living within. And we have all of these like screen covers, covers, not colours, within our minds. So the real truth is never meant to be peeled away and got to. You're always meant to be distracted by a different layer. And so the alien thing, I've got to hand it to them. It's genius from the point of view that these aliens, which people are seeing, actually, which really are demons, well, I mean, like, for example, the reptilians, which really are Nephilim, it's brilliant how they've done things, because if you were to try and tell anybody that what they're experiencing isn't real, of course they'll go up in arms against you, because it is real, just not in the context within which they have been taught or to believe that it's real. And so people lose, like, sometimes whole lifetimes chasing down the wrong path. Well, I don't want to say wrong, it's not the right word. Paths they've been led down. Being led down the garden path is not like a phrase just made by accident. And then, of course, organised religion is another entrapment, in that it's another control mechanism. They take something that's beautiful and pure and perfect, and they twist it and they make it into something that controls and misleads, have people fearing God instead of loving God, which the reality is, God is love. And yet, organised religions will have people running scared of God. So, yeah, this is like basically what I was talking about. And this is basically what, surprise, surprise, has vanished. And I'm at Mum's now. It's really difficult to talk too much now because she's cooking. I need to check the recorder's even still recording here. Oh, we've got 7 minutes, nearly 8 minutes out of it. I just wish the light was better. I can see the light's horrible, but the light wasn't good. It was just beautiful when I was outside, because it was the perfect example of the duality. And maybe this is the perfect example of the murky grey, which is the reality. So I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to make another video on this, won't I? At the end of the day, I'm not going home until Sunday, and today's Saturday, so tomorrow I'm going home. So maybe when I get home, if I have time, I could try and talk about this properly there. And who knows, we could have a 3-part video when it's finally uploaded of me talking about this, because because now we're on part 2, unless the part reappears that I started to speak about, and my childhood vision gets revealed to the world. So we'll see. Until then, I'm going to sign out, because I think dinner's nearly ready, and I don't want to keep talking in this room. Bearing in mind, I know the light's horrible, and I did actually, in my youth, many years ago, exactly 20 years ago, I did a photography course, and so I am, believe it or not, quite into good photography, and not, you would never know it by the filming I have to do with myself, but yeah, I'm going off point here. But yeah, as a kid, I was only 16, 17 years old. That's a kid in my eyes now. I used to spend like a lot of time, well, A, crawling on my hands and knees literally to get the best shots. Secondly, in dark rooms with the negatives and stuff, because this is back in the days when we had real film work, not like it is today where it's easy. And then, yeah, more examples of light and dark, I suppose. And actually, funnily enough, I was really quite into a few things. One being silhouetted images, which is your light and dark, isn't it? And the other thing, which was my like party trick, was I used to put negatives on top of each other to say, for example, I used to have a rabbit. It sounds silly now, but I used to have a rabbit that I used to take pictures of, and then I'd take pictures of flowers, and I'd put the two on top of each other, and then to just finish it off perfectly, I'd paint some detail in on top of the two. Like the two images would come together as one, and then the third element would be the paintwork. And so it sounds kind of tacky and sounds like kind of it was risky, but if you got it right, it was just perfect, which actually is just so resemblant to the world within which we live, except the third point either gets misunderstood or it gets missed out completely. So anyway, on that note, I'm going to go, so I hope there'll be a part 3 of this recording. We are. So I was just innocently putting some rubbish out, and I saw the sky. Oh, look how cold it is. So it's cold, but anyhow, this is what I want to show you. So look at this side, it all looks lovely. Wait till you see this. They've been out spraying in force. I mean, that's just absolutely insane. That will all turn into clouds and it will look like a lovely sunset full of chems. Can you believe it? I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. Now, I was actually just about to film a video about Duality, the final part to it, but I wasn't going to film it outside. I was going to film it inside. I just saw these and I thought I'll pop these onto the video which I'm making. I mean, look. It's like a triangle in part. You can see that faint one where they've been above. And you can actually see where. Well, it's just absolutely disgusting, isn't it? How people can't realise that those are all created by aeroplanes. There's nothing natural about any of those. A grid system, it looks like. It's absolutely disgusting. And then we go to the side which looks untouched. Let's see. It's actually quite cold. I don't want to go any further because I've only got my slippers on. Now yeah, there you have it. So that is what I have ended up rushing and grabbing the camera for. So there you go. It's disgraceful. Yeah, not good. Anyhow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from this camera and use the the camera for my from my computer. I'm not using this one to film the final part of my video, but I did want to show you the sky. So I don't know if you can see it behind me now, or I'm not quite sure what you can see, because all I can see is my camera lens looking back at me. But there you go. Oh, hang on a moment. They're actually spraying right now. See this one up here? I'm going to zoom into it. That faint one there. No, it wants to stay fuzzy. No, it doesn't. You see, the problem with me filming right here is this is where I have quite a lot of activity with orbs and stuff. And this is usually where they switch my camera off quite often here. So that's why when I zoom in, it's incredibly difficult for it to stay focused. Oh, it's just disgusting, isn't it? It really is. So this was not going to be a video about anything to do with anything like this. Well, it was to do with duality. It was not meant to be about chemtrails. However, circumstance has meant that the grid system has had to be included. Well, it's going to have to be included, isn't it now? I mean, don't get me wrong, I wanted some inspiration before I spoke, because it's quite difficult. The video which I'm about to go in and complete, I've already actually made, but it just vanished. Oh, something just caught my eye. It just literally vanished. So, what caught my eye, I can show you. I was just looking down here, and this caught my eye. You see down here, you can see the grid system behind the trees. So there you go. So it's such a shame, isn't it? I can't even really remember now anymore what, well, of course I can remember what proper skies were like and proper sunsets, but it's very difficult because we've all been brain zapped into this grid system. And so just think, children today don't even know how the sky used to be, because this is normal to them. This is normality to children today. It's so tragic. But anyway, I'm going to go in because I'm not dressed for the outdoors, as you can see. And also I want to use daylight for the rest of the video, which I am about to make indoors. So take it away from me. You'll see me again in a minute anyway, because I will put this into the I'm not trying to film the houses. I will put this segment into gosh, the next part of the video, and then I'll complete. But look how quickly they're blending. It changes so fast, doesn't it? I mean, just well, this is now on 6 minutes 37 seconds, and already a lot of them have like dissipated. And no, I'm sorry, but they weren't contrails. Look at my cat. Is that fun, Merlin? It's actually quite embarrassing having my garden in because, you know, it's winter. But, pussykins, I need to wipe my lens, I think. Yeah, I do. Oh well, it's okay, because I'm finished out here. Merlin, come here. Come here. Come on then. Twirly. She doesn't really like the camera because she knows that it flashes, and she doesn't like the flash, you know, if I'm taking pictures. Come here, puss. Come on, we'll have one of us together, and then we'll finish out here. Well, we'll try. Merlin, come here. No, don't be cheeky. Come on. Good girl. This is quite difficult. There. Here she is. My beautiful cat. Mwah. There, we get a picture together. Try and get the light a bit nicer, hopefully. Oh. There. Love you. Isn't she perfect? We love her. See her, don't we? Yes. I think she missed me whilst I wasn't here. She was so happy when I got in last night, weren't you? She was running around like a kitten. She wants to go down. I don't want her to get caught in my scarf, so we'll pop her down in a sec. Mwah. She's purring though. I wonder if you can hear her purring. Probably not. Alright, go on then. Oh dear. She didn't get caught in my scarf though, so that was a successful mission completed. Meow. 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 Oh, should we check the sky out before? Should we check the sky out, Mrs.? Oh, it's hard to stop filming it. I just want to wipe the end of my lens. I shouldn't do it really with my gloves, but that's better. Whatever it was is gone. Now let's see how the sky looks. You see? Most of those lines are gone. And so you would almost never know they were there in the first place. It's like a magic trick, isn't it? Blink and you miss it. Incredible. Twirls. 20. You're such a good girl. Oh, she says, is the flash going to go off? Good girl. Good girl. She's perfect. You are. You're perfect. Oh, I'm getting very cold. Good girl. She loves it when I do this. Come here, Melon. She loves it when I go like that with her tail. She's so funny. Look at her. Look at her. She loves it. Oh, we're run out of time. It flashed. I don't know what's going on. I should have 20 minutes before it runs out, but it's doing something strange and I don't know what's going on, but we could get cut off. But it's okay because we're over, really. It's just Merlin keeping us distracted. Are you just a distraction, Twirls? Twirly whirly woo! Are you just a distraction? You're a good distraction now, aren't you? Not like computer games and Facebook or Fedbook as I call it. No, you don't like any of those silly things. Twirly! Twirly whirly woo! Twirly whirly whirly woo! What a good girl! Oh! Got her! I've got you! Right, one more check at the sky since we're still out here. And what do we see? Look, now it looks perfectly normal. Well, you know, I say that in a rather loose way, but you would never know the grid system that had just been put in place. I mean, clearly it's a haze now. It's not a grid system in the same way that it was even just 5 minutes ago. But you can see like elements of it which are still there. It's just not as obvious. Look, I'll show you. See, when you zoom on in, you can see that it is still there. It's just that obviously as night falls, it doesn't show up in the same way. And clearly they spread out, you see. Oh, look at Merlin showing off. Such a show off. You are. Alright, well, definitely done out here. Definitely need to go inside. It's cold, and although I could stay out here filming my beautiful cat for hours, I don't think anyone would want to watch. So I'm going to go in and we'll finish. Oh my god, it's going to be dark and I'll be filming off the computer recorder and it'll be rubbish. So in we go and we can crack on. We were talking about the duality. So, signing out from one chem-hazed sky, and I'll see you in a moment. Toodle pip. Funnily enough, just as I was about to press film then, I thought to myself, oh my god, the last time I filmed anything from this camera was when we had all of the orbs everywhere. And so, anyway, I don't think that will happen this time, but I have got my pussycat sat next to me instead. It would be like really, actually quite scary if it all kicked off again with the orbs. Merlin! No, oh, her eyes went all, yeah, scary eyes. And I've also realised I've forgotten to change the lighting on the camera. Not the lighting, I mean, I've forgotten to, oh god, I'm having mental blocks and I've only just switched on. I've forgotten to, change the quality of the camera to a better setting. I forgot, and you know what? Look how late it is. I'm actually thinking it's maybe not on a bad setting. It's just that the light is dreadful. Now, we are literally 5 minutes later on from me filming outside. So, in that space of time, it is, well, I can show you. I don't know if you'll be able to see or if the, yeah, you can see. So, there you are. I mean, the thing is, at that side, it looks quite light still. But at the other side, which I'll try and show you. Oh, hang on, don't want anything to go flying. It's actually, oh, you can't tell. It's actually really quite dark in there. Out the window, I mean. But the light makes it look lighter. Anyway, so we'll try and get finished. I've had to put my dressing gown on. I'm just too cold. I can't hack it. And even though actually, yeah, the heating's on, but you really can't tell. It's like a freezer in here. When I came home yesterday, because I stayed at Mum's for 3 nights, and I really wasn't looking forward to getting home because I went to my friend's house on the way home from, well, I went to my friend's house yesterday afternoon and then didn't come home until, it wasn't late, it was about 8:30 at night. But it was dark and there'd be no one here for, let's get Merlin in, there we are. Oh, something just went zooming down there, except I'm absolutely convinced that it didn't pick up on camera. But yeah, I wasn't looking forward to coming in the house because I thought, oh, it'd be really cold. But anyway, I got lucky because the heating had been on, so I came in to, not the whole time I've been gone obviously, but it had been on for, I don't know, maybe an hour before I came in. So I came into a house that wasn't so unwelcoming. And there was a certain cat that was so pleased to see me. She was running around and being so silly. You know what? Right off the bat, I'm going to say that I don't think I'm going to get completed what I was going to talk about in the way in which I would. Well, not unless a miracle happens between now and the next 3 minutes in time, because what I was going to talk about was duality. However, I feel quite distracted because, well, I wasn't expecting the chemtrails to be such a feature as they have been. I was just going, well, I was making a cup of tea and I looked out of the window and I had some rubbish to put out as well. And I looked out of the window and I saw like the grid. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to film this. So basically, that's what has ended up happening. Obviously, I wasn't expecting for that to be the case. In fact, I was making a cup of tea to bring in here to have whilst filming the segment on duality, which I was determined to get done today because I wanted to upload it today. I've got the other parts ready. I just didn't have the part which, oh God, I was so cross. I'd filmed 25 minutes and I'd spoken in great detail about duality and how programmed people are to be dualistic, and basically I've gone into great detail, some of which I've gone into when I realised what had happened. I'd got home, but to Mum's house, I should say. And so I immediately made the part which you've already seen now, before the chemtrail part. It's just frustrating because the chemtrail part, it's knocked me off course. It's like there's something out there which does not want me to speak fully on this subject, but I will speak fully on this subject. It's just that it's not going to be right now. So what I'm going to do is I can't talk about it now. I honestly can't. My mind is as blank as could be on this subject, which is ironic to say the least, purely because I've just done my university application, which is a theology degree application, where I have literally, my personal statement is all about duality, and why I want to do the course is because basically, all itchy. No, I'm dying to pick my cat up and just, yeah, I've basically just written a 500 word thing all about duality, so that I can't speak about it either right now. It's like, it's ridiculous, you know. I should be able to speak about it, but I just can't because the words aren't there. So look at her eyes. She's purring like a little train. See, I've rescinded into just want to play with, I wish Ben was here as well. I was going to play with my pussycat and my puppy dog. And really embarrass myself talking in a childlike tone of voice. I didn't want to do that. I tried to stop myself from doing that because I could have easily then. Okay, well, I'm not going to make you all suffer any more of this. I'm trying to only speak when I've got stuff worth saying. But for animal lovers out there, Merlin's here and she's like, I'm perfect. I'm gorgeous. Aren't you? You are. You're so perfect and gorgeous. Do you know something random which just popped into my mind, which I'm going to definitely say? I think we should really pray for people. First off, I just want to get one thing out there and really clear. I am a Christian, however, that was a bit off-putting. Felt like something. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I am a Christian. I have been for oh God, so long. However, people think organised religion. Now, I am not organised religion. I don't represent that. I represent truth. And that isn't organised religion. Organised religion is something that's been taken from something beautiful and pure and perfect that was created for us all. Just not created, it just is, you know? It wasn't, well, it was created obviously, but it just is, and it's still there for us all. But it's not organised religion, you know? At the end of the day, organised religions have been taken, and if they've taken, like, for example, you know, they've taken Jesus and they've taken God, they've taken the Bible, and they've created something to keep people oppressed and down with. And I'm not saying that every church out there is like that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that the problem is that there are so many churches and so many people involved with the oppression, and that is not of God, and it's not of Christ, and it's not of anything that I am in any way to do with. I am about the purity of Jesus Christ and having a relationship with Him and a relationship with God. I'm not about having a relationship with church so-and-so and vicar so-and-so and part of any, like, controlled cultic system like that. And so, I just wanted to say, because at the end of the day, it's very obvious to anyone who watches any of my stuff that I clearly am a Christian and proud to be so. I couldn't have made it through my life. That has been what saved me, because through everything that's ever happened, no matter what's been going on, I have always been very, very aware that we are in a spiritual war. The second that I woke up to, before then, but particularly the second that I woke up to what was really going on, at 19 years old, everything just went absolutely insane. And I will, at some point, make a video about what happened. But, it's a lot to talk about, and it's not even really relevant to everybody. I try and talk about things which do affect other people and which are relevant to other people, and specific details in my life, some of them are it is relevant on one level. There's elements like the Gangstalking, which back then there wasn't a name for it because it was the late 90s. Now we'd call it Gangstalking, but back then you didn't have such a title, and it wasn't online, it was in real life. I think a lot of people get hassle online and maybe call it Gangstalking. I think they do, and I'm sure that if you're being gang-stalked these days and you've got an online profile, then it will be online and in reality. I think that there's different levels of, I think we're all watched, I think we're all observed. I think there's different levels of it. There's the level where they want you to, where they want to make your life a living hell, and they want to do anything they can do to inconvenience you, to hurt you, they want to make their presence so obvious, they want to intimidate and scare you. This is like at the worst level, that's what they'll be doing. Anything to keep you down, to keep you oppressed, anything they can to hurt and damage you. If we're just going to be just put it into 3 categories, say, for example, then that would be, of course, the worst one. And then your next stage would be, I'm not saying let me just clearly state, I'm not saying there's only 3 categories of anything. I'm just simplifying something for the sake of this video. And so anyhow, then you'd have your next category, which would be where they want you to know that they're watching you, but they will leave you alone for the most part. They'll make their presence known. They'll give you reminders, but for the most part, they'll leave you alone, except for every now and then they'll like do something to make it obvious that you are being watched. So just watch yourself because you're being watched. And then you've got the other level, the lowest one, where I'm not just because it's the lowest in doesn't necessarily, I don't think, well, okay, the lowest one. When I say lowest, I'll further explain in a second. But the one where you don't feel like you're being watched, you feel as though you're living a normal life, and things feel kind of normal, you know, kind of like before you woke up, except different, of course, because you can't ever unawaken, or maybe you can. I don't know about that. I'm sure you probably could actually. Of course you could. If you can, yeah. But anyway, that's not the point of this. The point would be, I don't really believe that there is such a thing as not being watched at all. I just think there's different ways of watching people. They can do it in physical human presence, and they can do it with spiritual presences. You know, obviously not good. But the point is that there's different ways of watching, you know, and there's different ways of surveilling, and different ways of them letting you live your life, I suppose. I've been through every kind that there is, so, you know, I know them all. I know each level. I know how to, I know each level, basically. But anyhow, you know, when I first woke up, I genuinely at the time, thought that they wanted me dead. That is what they want you to think. They want you to think that they want you to think they want to kill you. However, if they really did want to kill you, they would just kill you. They wouldn't just have you think. I'm not saying, by the way, that people aren't out there whose lives are in danger. I'm just speaking of my experience. And in my experience, my guess, and this is a guess, but my guess would be that if they really did want you dead, they would just kill you, or, you know, and they probably wouldn't like give you a clue beforehand. They probably would just do it. Whereas if they're trying to regain control over you, then they're going to want you to think that they're going to kill you. They want you to think you've got reason to be petrified. They want to make your life a living misery, yes, but do they want you dead? Now, you know, these are two entirely different matters, because at the end of the day, you know, they don't want to kill people. They don't want to do that unless that is what they had planned all along. I'm just talking from personal experience. What is true for me isn't necessarily true for anyone else. I can only talk about what has been my experience so far. Absolutely nothing that I say is like, you know, gospel, obviously. I can only speak from my own experience. And I'm actually so cold that I can't carry on speaking. I don't know why I'm so cold. I'm actually struggling to not shake. It's ridiculous, because I was actually warm, like, briefly, and then I've suddenly just come over freezing. I'm absolutely freezing. So I'm going to have to call this a day here and go get some more layers on, because this is not fun. But at least we managed to get some interesting stuff out there, even if it wasn't necessarily exactly what I was going to talk about in a way that I thought I was going to talk about it. It is. I certainly think that we've got enough covered in this segment for it to be an okay segment. So I will upload this. Shame the lighting isn't so good, but hey, I wanted my cat in. And so, Twirly, you know, beautiful. See, I could have had the light like maybe slightly better if I hadn't have sacrificed it for my cat, because you see, because of the way the tilt that had the camera on, it's made it go even worse than it was before. Anyway, let's say bye-bye. Can you say bye? Oh, she's purring like a train. You purring like a train. Look at my head's getting in the way. Good girl. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. And if you like my video, please do like it. And if you feel like sharing it, please do share it. And most importantly, take care of yourself. And comment. If you've got anything to share or anything to say, please do comment. And alright then, gonna have to go, because even though Merlin's warming me up a bit, I was still really cold. So thank you for watching. Take care. Good night, because it is night from me now. It's dark outside. And God bless. Bye bye.